Hello mirrors. Today I'm going to be looking at how you guys are mirroring each other, how they're mirroring you, and how you are mirroring them. If you're new here, welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one so we can self-actualize into the people we were born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you join my family. And we're just going to start and talk about what this reading is about. So when we mirror each other in reality, it is meant to be a way to understand ourselves deeply, a way to understand reality deeply, a way to kind of be able to tweak our manifestational abilities. So when things don't show up in a way that you like, there is something that the universe is pointing to that you should shift. So if you use this reading as a way to kind of tweak your manifestations, understand why somebody is showing up the way they are, this can be very powerful for you to alter the course of your relationship and how you guys treat each other and show up to each other. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. This is for pile 1. It is Labradorite. Labradorite. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty stone. Okay, pile 2 is this moss agate. I'm trying to show you guys so you can see which one you're guided to, because sometimes they don't show up as pretty far away. And then we have this beautiful orange carnelian. Okay, so pile 1, 2, and 3. So go ahead and look at the timestamps below. It'll let you know where your reading is so you can go to it quickly. And if you feel more drawn to more than one pile, go ahead and watch both or all 3 if you really feel drawn to all 3. But without further ado, I'm going to get started. Hello, pile 1. If you chose Labradorite, this reading is for you. And let's go ahead and see how you guys are mirroring each other. So the first line is going to be their energy. Second line will be yours. We have 9 of Swords in the reverse. We have the Hanged Man, the Hermit in the reverse. We have Indecision in the reverse. We have Adjustments are required. And we have the Miracle of Prayer. Then for you, we have 2 of Pentacles in the reverse, 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, 2 of Wands in the reverse, lots of reversals, Gossamer Princess, communication, relationship work to be done. These are not going to be read in reverse. Solar plexus chakra. I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. And we have lightning. Ooh. Okay. The first way I notice that you guys may be mirroring each other is that you're really in this feeling of going with the flow. So your person may be very flowy right now and you are as well. However, if you don't see it that way, it might end up causing actual issues, because if they're being very flowy, it may kind of seem like they don't care, when really you guys are perhaps just trying not to cause more issues in the relationship or in your life in general. So understand that if your person is being very flowy, there is it might be for the very same reasons you are being flowy, which might be because you don't want to overcomplicate things. You may not want to rock the boat. So I feel like they're also in this energy, but that may not be the way that they're coming across to you. Another way I see you guys are mirroring each other, which I think is really interesting, is we have the Hermit in the reverse and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. So you guys may not really want to be alone at this time. You guys may want to kind of coincide together. However, you may be viewing it a lot differently than your person. Your person might be seeing it as they want to be around you. It makes them happy or whatever, but you may be seeing it as wanting more equality, maybe in your time with yourself and your time with another. So if you're not putting enough energy into yourself, then spending that time with them isn't going to make you feel any better. But for them, spending time with you actually takes them out of a state of anxiety. It makes them see things in a new type of way. So I feel like you're more into a balance mode while they're wanting to be around you because you make them happy. So I find that really interesting. So also, they're over here and coming out of indecision. So it may be that they are wanting to They want to deepen their relationship with you. They have decided that they want to take things to the next level with you. There are obviously a lot of ways that they're coming out of indecision, but since it's over here with the Gossamer Princess, which is about relationship work to be done, I think both of you are realizing at this time that there is work that needs to be done in this relationship in order to make it grow, and you're both in this mindset. Of course, the differences I see here are they're more about seeing things in a different light, while you're in a mode of kind of alchemy, where you're trying to, I don't want to say alchemy, but that is part of it, yes. But you're more in a mode of like that temperance energy, where you're pouring from one cup to another, or the Two of Pentacles, where you're trying to balance. But I feel like you've been kind of doing that for so long that you are done with that now. You don't want to be in that energy of always trying to find that balance. You're more coming into this decision that yes, you want to work on this relationship. You guys do want to communicate, or at least you want to communicate. They may not be feeling so much that way with the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man is more of kind of a quiet and introspective, enlightening energy. So that's one way that you guys may differ, but I do see that both of you are ready to put in work in this relationship, or to at least understand that you guys are very much a part of each other's lives and wanting to make things more secure. So they're in the energy of adjustments are required, while you're in the energy of I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. So both of you are really in this energy of wanting to progress, of wanting to evolve, and understanding that that isn't about each other. So maybe in the past you guys were possibly blaming each other for some disrest in your relationship of, right here, causing each other anxiety or getting in each other's way is what I'm hearing. But now both of you are really wanting to focus on these changes in your relationship. Again, there's so much about change if you really think about it, because Hanged Man's like about a new perspective. And then, these cards really point to balancing out, and then relationship work to be done, indecision in the reverse, adjustments are required. There's a lot about change and wanting to kind of work together. I think you both are in alignment. You guys may not be saying this out loud, so understand that your person may not be ready to voice this out loud. I don't really see anything about speaking or using your voice. So kind of look at their actions and see how they are replicating this. See how they are working with you in order to make these adjustments, even if they're not saying anything. So if you notice them picking up a new hobby, or starting something different, or showing up in a completely different way, you understand that, that is part of that adjustment phase. And you're here in the solar plexus chakra, where that's about, your identity. It's about, like it says, awakening to your personal power. There says adjustments are required. So the differences may be that their adjustments may be more of an external thing, while you're taking responsibility internally. So there is mirroring, but there's also differences when it comes to mirroring. And those differences are really like the nuances of life that really make us understand each other on a different level when we are approaching problems in different ways, even though we may want the same final result. So understand that both of you are wanting adjustments in this relationship to make it work out together, which is really cool. And I love this at the end. I'm sorry you guys can't see all these cards. I really do need to adjust this and adjust my setup so we can have a wider view of all the cards. So this I think is so cool, guys. So they got Miracle of Prayer and you got Lightning. So what I pick up on these two is Lightning and I pick up Miracle, okay? Both of you are wanting something big to happen. Both of you are really hoping that these adjustments, these changes in routine, changes in perspective are going to result in something big, something massive. And it may even be like a miracle from their standpoint. Perhaps in the past they've dealt with a lot of relationships where they weren't able to enact any type of change, that the person that they were with really fought against them. But they don't feel that way about you. I really feel like they do notice that you're very responsive to their energy, and you may also feel this way about them. With lightning, you think about how lightning strikes. It strikes really fast. It's extremely powerful force, and it can cause a fire. It can do all sorts of really strong things. And I don't mean fire in a bad way. I mean fire like in this like massive desire that just spreads, because like I'm seeing the way that fire spreads, and it happens so quick and it illuminates everything. So I really feel like you guys are both in this energy. I picked these cards. These last two cards are about the 5D self. So this is like your higher self. So you guys may or may not be aware that this is what you want. And in fact, most of you are probably going to be unaware, because unless you're, very good in your daily practices of intuition, meditation, and all that, all this 5D stuff is kind of hidden in the subconscious. But yeah, you're both really wanting this, and I think you both realize how possible this is. This is a really positive pile. I feel very excited for you guys, for the possibilities of the future of your relationship, because you both are on the same page in a lot of ways. It's just looking and really appreciating the adjustments that they make. The fact that if they are making any changes at all, or they even express a desire to kind of shift their focus. This could be like going to a new job, or taking up a hobby, or doing a different daily routine, starting to listen to like law of attraction stuff. It could be obviously millions of things, but my big advice is when that happens, don't take it personally. Hopefully you remember this reading and understand that those adjustments are actually done because you both are in this energy of wanting this sudden change, illumination, and a miracle of coming together in a way that you haven't in the past. So that's all I have for you guys. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, hit subscribe. Also tap the notification bell so you can be notified when I do post new videos. Go ahead and check out my other readings, the pick-a-card readings. They are timeless. So if you want more information about this in particular, that will help you. And also personal readings, I do those. And that information will be down at the description box below. And that's it, guys. I love you. Hello, my beautiful pile twos. This is the Moss Agate. Let's go ahead and look at how you guys are marrying each other. So the top is going to be their energy and the bottom will be yours. Let's see, we have 4 of Swords in the reverse, 8 of Wands, Ace of Swords, all tied up in the reverse. Conclusions are within reach. And live your joy. Thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow joy. The Moon in the reverse. The Emperor in the reverse. They have Swords in the reverse. Solace, return to nature, tree wisdom, natural remedies, flower essence. Sorry, I'm not doing reversals on these. Throat chakra, I speak my truth and encourage others to speak theirs. That's interesting because pile 1 had solar plexus chakra. And then we have tree of life. Okay, let's get started. So with the first cards coming up, with 4 of Swords in the reverse and the Moon in the reverse, both of you are really in this, idealistic, ready to awaken out of some type of slumber, some type of unseen things. I'm not sure if you're 100% aware of this or not, but this is definitely where both of your energies are at right now. It's really interesting because we have 8 of Wands, which is making things happen, but your energy is in the Emperor in reverse. So I feel like both of you are in this energy of wanting to make things happen quickly, and this might be because you've recently awakened to some new type of belief, new type of thought process, like I do see with Ace of Swords and 3 of Swords in reverse. Like you've had some type of breakthrough, so they're ready to move forward in whatever way that is, which I see is in a new form of thought, because they're awakening, and then from the awakening, waking up out of kind of like a slumber. Maybe they've been kind of dissociated in the past, and maybe you have too with the moon in the reverse, but you guys are waking up, seeing things for how they truly are, and that is progressing you forward, and both of you want to move forward. However, the differences, because when we mirror, there are going to be differences, and the nuances are what really make all of it come alive and really make a relationship as complex as it is, especially when you can understand each other. So your energy is more in the flow of it. Your energy is more in wanting to do the internal work. Now, with Wands, this is masculine energy, so they may be actually like wanting to take actual steps, like physical external steps, which is a very masculine thing to do. This doesn't have to be masculine and feminine, but I think for most of you it will be. I know that most people that watch my channel are women, but take it as it resonates. If you need to flip it, go ahead, whatever works for you, whatever one resonates with you more. So with Ace of Swords and the 3 of Swords in the reverse, both of you are ready to move past some old frame of thought and move forward and start thinking differently, start seeing things differently. It could be even communicating differently. So you guys may have gone through some tough times in the past, either with each other or in a past relationship, but you guys do not want to put the same type of energy that you put in the past now, which is really interesting. So they are definitely wanting to get out of this bondage. I think they understand that they've tied themselves up, that they've, this is is it 7? I believe it's 7 of Swords energy. I believe it's 7 or 8. I always notice the pictures, which is kind of funny. Okay, anyway, but I think that they've realized that they've kind of been the perpetrator of their own struggles, and so they're feeling like they're ready to take off that mask, take off the things that bind them to like a certain fate that they no longer assign to themselves. And you may be feeling this way as well, but the difference is I see that they are more focused on go ahead and removing this, while you are more focused in finding that time alone, that space alone, where you can really contemplate and take all of this into consideration to question your past, to question the cycles that you've been through. But then we have conclusions are within reach, and you have throat chakra. I speak my truth and encourage others to speak theirs, which is interesting. So I think both of you are kind of in an energy where you want to, in some way, communicate with each other, or it could just be communicate with yourselves, because they have a lot of sword energy, which can oftentimes be thoughts. It also does represent communication, but it's just dependent, of course, on your situation. But I think both of you have gone through so many changes that right now you're ready to kind of talk about them. Like, yes, you do want to spend some time in contemplation, but that's not, I don't think you're ready to spend all your time in contemplation. I think you're really wanting to express your ways, that the ways that your energy has shifted recently, the changes that you've gone through. And they may be wanting to talk to you. You may just be wanting to journal. Either way, it is important for you to get those thoughts out. And don't worry so much about them. If they want to come to you and talk to you about this, I think they will. I feel like they're really in that energy to do that. But if not, understand that there's most likely a lot of things going through their minds to make them really think about all of this clearly and understand that they are reaching an ending and starting a new cycle. They're solving a lot of problems, especially with all tied up in the reverse, and then conclusions are within reach. They are tying up the loose ends of the old cycles and being ready for a new one. And both of you are in just the awareness of it, which is really beautiful. Now, I picked these for your 5D self. So this is your higher selves. They're in Live Your Joy, and you're in Tree of Life. So what I do find interesting about Tree of Life is it does talk about, you know, the family and digging in your roots where you're going to create a strong foundation. And we also have trees. Look, guys, I just noticed this. We have the tree here in the Three of Swords. I'm going to turn that around so you can see it. We have the tree in Solace, and then we have Tree of Life. So you guys are in this energy of creating roots. You want to create something that is lasting. You want to alter, you know, maybe your mindset or where you put your energy into, because you understand that maybe you're feeling like this relationship or this new frame of thought, this new feeling that you want, that you've kind of discovered recently, that you want to make that a permanent fixture, and you understand that it does create a firm foundation. It's interesting because they are in Live Your Joy, which is about thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my joy. So I think both of you are really marrying each other, and that you do want something lasting. You do want something that is soul, like a soul purpose type of thing. And I feel like you do want it with each other, or you at least see the possibility of having that with each other. A lot of you guys may be kind of at the beginning of this relationship, or it can be like a situationship kind of thing, but both of you are marrying each other, and that ultimately you guys do want a firm foundation that is built on something that creates a lot of happiness for you. But that's all I have for you guys. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, hit subscribe. Also tap the notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos such as these and others, law of attraction videos, that kind of thing. Go ahead and check out my other pick a card playlists. They are timeless, so they can give you a little bit more information on this. And if you want a personal reading, I'd be happy to do one for you. That information will be down below. And that's it, guys. I'm going to go to pile 3. I love you. Hello, my lovely pile 3s. If you picked this gorgeous carnelian, which I am personally always drawn to, I just love the vibrancy of that stone. Let's see how you guys are marrying each other. So the top is going to be their energy and the bottom is going to be theirs, and I'll discuss how you guys are marrying each other. So the Tower in reverse, Death. Okay, wow, those two cards together, although the Tower is in the reverse. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Appreciation in the reverse. You and your loved ones are safe. It did come out in the reverse. I don't usually read reversals, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Take a step back. Thank you, angels, for helping me step back from what's not serving me. 9 of Cups in the reverse. The World in the reverse. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. We have 9 and 9. Follow me. Come, this is your invitation to enter the realm of the fairy. Earth Elemental, I gratefully accept the abundance of earth that the earth bestows upon me. And Soul Journey. Okay, right away, this pile's going to be a little bit more difficult than the others, but that's okay. When life is difficult, when our relationships are difficult, it just shows how many things that we can work on manifesting. It shows that there is healing to be done. And guys, if you can show appreciation for that healing, it will actually change your relationship leaps and bounds. Okay, so I'm going to say that before I get started. And also understand you are the manifestor of your reality. You can change the situation. Use this reading simply to understand how you can tweak, how you can change your mindset, your beliefs in order to manifest a better attraction, a better outcome for this relationship, or move on. If you really are feeling drawn to move on, I will never tell you to do that. And it's not so bad that I'm going to tell you guys to do that. This relationship, this reading is definitely going to be for learning purposes. So please take it that way. So with them at the Tower and you at the Nine of Cups, well, and the Tower in reverse and Nine of Cups in the reverse, I really feel like both of you are feeling a state of dissatisfaction. When I see the Tower in the reverse, oftentimes it can refer to it as pride. It can be in reference to pride, which also might kind of be in alignment, because Nine of Cups in the reverses, I feel like feeling content can oftentimes be pretending that you're content, which is kind of like a pride thing, an ego thing, when you're very associated with what you have. So both of you might be in kind of I don't feel like in a state of pride. The feeling I get is that you guys feel like you're in a state of discontent and maybe unworthiness. Your person might be very scared to step outside of the bounds of what's been acceptable in the past, okay? If they've had like a tough relationship, they may not feel like they can speak up. They may feel kind of like they're always walking on eggshells, and I don't think it necessarily has anything to do with you. It has to do with all of their experiences in the past that have led them to feel this way. So both of you are just not feeling it. You're just at a state of unease. And obviously, if you found this reading and you relate to that, I think you can understand that, right? Sometimes we're just not happy with the way our relationships are working out. With Death and the World in the reverse, both of you are really, really ready for change. Those are both major arcanas, and Death is all about transformation, okay? And the World is about manifesting the type of world you want, and you're realizing it's not enough. And they may not realize that it's not enough. I feel like they're kind of more in avoidance. I feel like you may be more in a state of awareness, but both of you are just ready for a change. You know you want more, because right after that we have 10 of Pentacles in the reverse and we have 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's really interesting. Of course, 9 and 10 of Pentacles both in the reverse, but also I see they may want like a life with you. I think they may be considering the big picture, okay? And knowing that right now, the life that they have, they may not have the right job, a job that they're happy in. You guys may not be really in alignment. You guys may be having financial problems. Their friends may not be the type of friends that they're content with. There's obviously tons of different things this could be. And I feel like maybe you're realizing this as well, of course, with the World in the reverse, but I also feel like you are not happy by yourself, because 9 of Pentacles is that independent woman type of energy. And I think that you feel like if you were to let this all go, you wouldn't be happy. You don't want to be by yourself. But I also want to point out that relationships work best when we are happy by ourselves. That doesn't mean you need to break up or anything like that at all. It just means being happy in those moments alone, being happy in what you have by yourself and feeling full by yourself, because that's going to attract a better version of them. I think they have a lot more that they need in order to feel content, and maybe you're very focused on maybe the relationship aspect and feeling like emotionally fulfilled, which is normal a lot with men and women, just because of the way our biology is and also the way society is. But I do find this interesting, and we do have appreciation and Follow Me in reverse. This does talk about the fairy realm. I'm not picking up on that vibe at all. I know I pulled this for the follow me aspect of it. So both of you may not be seeing each other's contribution to the relationship. Both of you just don't, like, they may not be appreciating you. So this is when a divine masculine is in alignment with the divine feminine, they're going to be a lot more appreciative. They're going to see your beauty. They're going to see your inner strength and what you do for them. And then when a divine masculine is in alignment with his divine feminine, the feminine will usually follow. Unless you have more masculine energy, it doesn't really matter about the gender. Okay, this is about energy. And we can shift through our lives through different types of energy. Sometimes we're more masculine, other times more feminine, sometimes we're both. But right now, you guys are not really feeling each other's energy. That doesn't mean that you guys aren't doing what you're not doing the right things or anything like that, but it's a perception. So I would highly recommend with this to kind of shift perception, because you can turn this on your head if you can shift the perception and really appreciate what they do, and follow them when it's right, okay? If it's not right, if they're doing something that doesn't align with you, get into that Nine of Pentacles energy where you're feeling like mature and you're feeling emotionally confident. If you need to find like a hobby or just a way to work through your own issues, I think it'll really help them show up to be appreciative of you, because when you're feeling really like in tune with yourself, it is so attractive, okay? And I think that's what you're yearning for. And then you'll see changes within them because they're ready just as much as you're ready for change, okay? Then you may be wanting to be in that more like submissive, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but in a way where you can trust somebody to lead you like a father does for their child. I know that's kind of strange to say the dynamic, but they always say that in relationships we look for our parents, and it is kind of like that. Like the woman or the feminine energy looks for the masculine energy that is very aware and can guide them and can kind of give them the parameters to work within, so women can be free with their more flowy energy and feel very safe. So let's go on to the next part. They're in the energy of you and your loved ones are safe, and you are in the energy of I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows on me. So what I'm really feeling here is you guys are really kind of looking externally. You're looking outside of the relationship. I don't mean like third party or anything like that. I mean that they may be more focused on their friends and you may be more focused on just externally, like what you are able to create, what you're able to pick up. I'm really feeling I need to draw a clarification on this one, because I'm not 100% seeing how these connect. Okay, we have Knight of Wands. Okay, so this has to do with a spiritual type of thing that you may not be seeing. It's more of an urge, okay? So they really want to make sure the people that they love are safe. So if you guys have a family, this is definitely about your family. If you don't, this could be obviously about you, and I think it is about you because this is a relationship reading. And then you're really in this energy of wanting abundance. These both came out in the reverse, okay? But I'm not reading reversals on these, but I think this is where the disconnect is. You want to feel safe, okay? But that's over here on theirs. Feminine energy wants to feel safe, like I was saying. We follow when we feel safe. You would never want to follow someone that doesn't make you feel safe. And I think you may not be feeling safe in this connection, like where you feel like you can fully be yourself. Not that they're abusive or anything, but you don't really feel like you can be themselves. And I don't think they can feel like they can be themselves when we have the Tower reverse, that kind of feeling of walking on eggshells because they don't want to upset you or anything. They want to feel safe, but they really want you to feel safe, whether or not they are aware of this. And you want that abundance, which is funny because that comes up in this Ten of Pentacles, and it being in the reverse, they want abundance too. And I think both of you want this for each other, which is why you are connected. It's why you're marrying and why you are in each other's lives. They want to be a divine masculine for you. In fact, I don't want to just throw this out there, but if it resonates, please take it. You guys might be a twin flame relationship. These relationships are often harder than, they're a lot harder usually, and they're going to pull up a lot of wounds so you can heal them. Soulmates are usually kind of like people that are there for us at the right time, and they're a little bit more flowy and they're a little easier. Twin flame relationships are kind of hard, so don't feel disheartened by this reading, guys, at all, because ultimately it's really interesting. You both want what the other one is craving. That's what you want for each other. Whether or not this is conscious, I don't think it is, since they both came up in reverse. My feeling is it's more unconscious, and especially with Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, just, he kind of runs in and he kind of does what he's going to do, right? Because it's like this desire. It's like this burning passion. That's where both of you are really at with this, whether or not you have an awareness. So they have take a step back, and you have soul journey. So both of you are realizing there is so much more than this relationship, that maybe you guys are in this together. I picked these for 5D. So this is higher self stuff. This is stuff that you may not be conscious of either. You guys may not be aware. Both of you are wanting to see the big picture, right? Because taking a step back, when you take a step back, the picture widens. When you can dissociate a little bit from the emotion of it and from, you know, all of that type of thing, you can actually see the full picture. You can see more, not more details, but more elements, okay? And that's how I feel about Soul Journey. By the way, this card, guys, this whole deck, I need to get more Anna Stark stuff, because that is just stunning, okay? This is a big picture thing. This is a soul journey thing. So ultimately, you guys realize you are part of each other's soul journey. The things that are coming up, the difficulties that are coming up in your lives, they are there for a reason, okay? I didn't do this for the other ones, but I'm going to pick one of these, and I'm going to pick one of my message cards, because that's what my guides are telling me to do. And I want to give you guys some advice, okay? The first two piles were a little bit, oh wow, okay. The first two piles were a little bit more, they were a little more lighthearted, and they were a little more fun, okay? But past life relationship. So yeah, you guys definitely could be twin flames, like I was saying. So I think that a lot of the stuff you're dealing with does come from past life. It could be from relationships with each other in the past, which I think for most of you it will be with past life relationships coming up. It could also be just stuff you've been needing to deal with, like karmic type of things, either from throughout your life and I truly believe that it's going to be an and for everybody, and past life experiences. Let me pick one of these little message cards, little messages to end. We have, I'm slowly falling more and more in love with you. Oh, so this is like okay, this is just like, so you guys can feel a little bit better, because this is a lot of tough energy, but I think you guys are slowly falling more and more in love with each other. This is a process. This is a journey. So understand that it may be a little more difficult than your average relationship, but ultimately it's worth it. And you both really want the same things. Ultimately, you guys are marrying each other, and there's a lot of like beautiful energy in this. It's just the perception, and it's tweaking it. It's working on the changes and working on seeing your partner differently, and working on loving yourself first, because you guys are falling in love with each other, okay? And it may be slowly. It's like those little steps where I'm seeing, like, you know, when you come across a stray cat, okay, and that cat comes towards you, and you kind of lift your hand out and you're being all calm, and you're trying to coax them to you, and they take some steps forward, and they even come to you, and they may brush against you and then kind of back off, or sometimes they may even run away, but they still come back. They come back to you, and they want that love. They feel the energy. Cats are very intuitive, so they feel that energy, and they're ready to come toward you, even though it might be very slowly. And then once you've kind of built this trust with them, they are all in your lap. They are so in love with you. You know, you've won them over. And that's the energy that I'm feeling from this. So as tough as this may be right now, there's a lot of hope for this relationship. You can totally manifest exactly what you are ready for, okay? When you're ready for it. So that's all I have for you guys. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like some more information on your current situation, I do personal readings. That information will be down below. I offer a really good rate. The rate is not listed, but it's going to be $15 for every 10-minute increment. Okay, so I also offer discount for first-time people, so I can lower that for you. But go ahead and message me and if you need some help on your situation. I would be happy to help. If you want to go to my timeless readings, the other pick a cards, you can look at your particular situation and you can get some help there. But with that being said, I'm going to close out this reading, and I just want to let you guys know I love you.